This is part 2 of our 3-part series, Money, the Grand Illusion That Runs the World. If you haven't seen part 1, we recommend watching it first. It lays the foundation for everything you're about to discover. You'll find the link in the description below. Now, let's go deeper. Last time, we exposed the illusion. That money isn't real. It's belief, a story, a system of control dressed up as opportunity. We saw how central banks create money out of nothing, how inflation silently steals your time, and how the game is rigged to keep you chasing without ever catching. But now we go deeper, because understanding the lie is only the first step. The next is far more dangerous, exposing who's behind it and what they don't want you to know. Chapter 8, The Architects of Control. Who benefits from this illusion? Not you, not the average worker, not even most politicians. The real beneficiaries are the ones behind the curtain, the financial elite who understand the rules because they wrote them. I'm not talking about conspiracy. I'm talking about infrastructure, central banks, investment giants, global institutions that operate beyond the reach of democracy. Take BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. Combined, they manage over $20 trillion. They hold majority stakes in the companies that feed you, medicate you, transport you, and entertain you. They don't just play the game. They are the game. And they thrive in chaos. Recessions, pandemics, wars, they profit from every shockwave. Because while the masses panic, they buy. They consolidate, they tighten their grip. The illusion isn't just about money. It's about power. And the deeper you look, the more you see. Money isn't the goal. It's the weapon. Chapter 9, Debt, the Digital Chains. Debt is the perfect tool of control. Unlike physical slavery, debt slavery looks like freedom. You chose to go to college. You chose to buy that home. You chose to swipe that card. But in reality, you were trained to make those choices. Conditioned from childhood to equate success with spending. Taught to borrow without understanding interest. And once you're in debt, you're easier to manage. You can't strike if you have bills. You can't rebel if you fear losing your house. You can't escape if every paycheck is already spoken for. Debt makes the system look like it's offering opportunity, when really it's tightening the leash. And the interest you pay, that's not just money. It's your time, your energy, your life is slowly drained, all to keep the machine running. Chapter 10, The Education System Designed for Obedience. Ask yourself, why don't they teach money in school? Why spend 12 years memorizing dates, equations, and grammar rules, but never once learn how a mortgage works, how to invest, how the Federal Reserve prints debt? The answer is simple. They don't want a financially literate population. They want obedient workers, people who follow orders, take loans, and feed the machine. The school system wasn't designed to create free thinkers. It was built during the industrial age to produce factory workers, soldiers, and clerks. The bell rings. You move in lines. You raise your hand for permission. You're rewarded for memorization, not questioning. And when you leave, you're handed a diploma and shackled with debt. It's not education. It's indoctrination. Chapter 11, The Scarcity Myth. Here's the next layer of the illusion. Scarcity. We're told there's not enough. Not enough money. Not enough time. Not enough to go around. This belief fuels competition. It turns neighbors into rivals and keeps you fighting for scraps. But here's the truth. Scarcity is manufactured. The earth has enough food, water, and energy to sustain billions comfortably. Digital systems that could democratize wealth. But the system needs you to feel poor. It needs you afraid of running out, because fear makes you controllable. So instead of abundance, they sell you lack and debt. Instead of time freedom, they give you overtime. Instead of liberation, they sell you just enough comfort to keep quiet. And the irony? The people who hoard the most create nothing. They just control the flow. Chapter 12, The Digital Cage. Now let's talk about the future. Because the illusion isn't fading, it's evolving. Cash is dying. Digital currencies are rising, and with them comes a new level of surveillance. Central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, are being rolled out. They sound futuristic, efficient, secure. But here's the catch. They're programmable, which means your money can be controlled remotely. Turned off, restricted, conditioned. Buy too much red meat, access denied. Donate to the wrong cause, frozen. Speak against the system, erased. This isn't science fiction. It's already happening. In China, the social credit system blends finance with obedience. In Canada, protesters had their bank accounts frozen. In Europe, CBDC pilots are expanding rapidly. This is the new frontier of control. Not just what you spend, but how, when, and why you spend. And most people, they're sleepwalking into it. Because digital convenience is the perfect bait for financial slavery. Chapter 13, The Game of Monopoly. Let's zoom out. What happens when you play Monopoly and one player ends up owning everything? The game ends. It stops being fun. Everyone else gives up. That's where we are now. A tiny percentage of people own almost everything. The middle class is shrinking. The poor are drowning. And the rich? They're buying islands, rockets, and bunkers. This isn't capitalism. It's feudalism with better branding. And unless the rules change, the endgame is clear. Total consolidation. One system, one currency, one set of rulers. And you, a digital serf, renting your future, begging for breadcrumbs, trapped in a system that smiles while it robs you. Chapter 14, Cracks in the Illusion. But here's the hope. The illusion is cracking. People are waking up, questioning the system, learning the rules. Cryptocurrency, decentralized finance, peer-to-peer trade, these aren't just trends. They're symptoms of rebellion. They represent the human desire to reclaim sovereignty, to rewrite the rules, to escape the cage. But be careful. The system adapts. It co-ops. It will try to turn every rebellion into a new product. Bitcoin becomes a Wall Street asset. NFTs become a fashion brand. Freedom becomes a feature, sold back to you for a price. If your revolution fits neatly into their system, it's not a revolution. It's a rebrand. So where does this leave us? We've seen the spell. We've named the magicians. We've watched the game evolve from gold to paper to code. But in the final part of this series, we go beyond awareness. We'll explore how to escape the illusion, not just with strategies, but with a new philosophy of money. Because once you stop playing their game, you can start designing your own